Welcome to your Daily Revolution podcast. Today's topic: when it's time to move, you gotta move. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
My name is Setema, Gali, the founder and creator of the Prosperity Revolution, a global movement that helps you to get out of scarcity and into prosperity every single day. A movement where people have value, things do not, where money is a result of helping people, where you're rewarded for creating value for others, and where prosperity is not the result of luck, but a predictable steps and formulas, and where happiness is the ultimate goal.
So grateful to be here with you today on a wonderful day to start the week out. I want to say thank you for listening to the podcast. Man, we're 400 plus episodes in, and if you don't get a chance to, or if you get a chance to, go leave a review. I'd appreciate it. Share this with someone who needs to hear it. Now let's dive in. I've been here for 6 years in Southern California. 6 years. 6 years ago, we made the move from Utah County to Orange County. And when I left Utah County, I never imagined how amazing that a time in California would be. I have grown so much in this community. I have loved every moment of being here, our neighborhood, our neighbors, our church family. I mean, that's a whole podcast in and of itself. Just the people I go to church with, the people we do sports with, the parents, the families, the schools. I mean, this has been the most amazing 6 years here. And we'll share some very specifics in some other podcasts. But today, the biggest thing is for the last several months here, for the last probably 9 months, I've been traveling a lot. Before, I never traveled. Everyone came to SoCal. Everyone came to Orange County, right to the beaches of Southern California. People love, Orange County is just amazing. Not LA. Sorry, my LA people, but y'all crazy up there. Orange County is a whole, this beautiful area. It's like heaven sent area for us. And when COVID hit, I started traveling because we continue to run our events. And I'm a man who puts his trust in God, right? I don't talk too much about my faith on here, but I would tell you that I have put my trust in God's arms, in the Lord's hands. I put my life in his hands, and I will trust in him forever. And I know that whoever puts his trust in the arm of flesh or just in the world, worldliness, you're in trouble. Because worldliness is dangerous. It's deadly. It leads you to places that there is no joy, there's no happiness. So over the last 6 years as we've been here, every year we were here, my wife and I, we'd look at each other and we're like, we're going to do this. We're going to stay here. And 1 year turned into two turned into three, and pretty soon we're 6 years later. Now, as I've been traveling, it's been difficult on me. It's been difficult on my family. I leave for a week at a time, sometimes 10 days. I go to Florida, and we work out of Florida. Florida's been open. We have live events down there. We're running Immersion, a certified master coach, our Circle of Champions events. I mean, we're running live events, people hugging, high-fiving, and what people need, which is human interaction and connection and touch and love and communication. Well, this year we decided, hey, let's just see if we can do this. Let's see if I can travel and make this work. And after 3 months of, January, February, March of traveling and being gone, I was like, there's no way, we're done. There's no way that I can travel and be away from my family. I'm not that kind of man. I'm not built that way. I know some guys can. I can't. I call my wife all the time. I FaceTime my boys. I'm just heartbroken when I'm on the road. So as we moved into April, we started looking for a home in Florida. And we've been looking, and we were going to make an offer on one. And then we were looking at homes here in Southern California, and we found the home. And it was like heaven sent. Now, it didn't just land in our laps. We've been looking daily. We've been working hard, looking daily. I mean, the whole thing, right? We've been taking massive action. And after a ton of action, offers, looking at homes in Southern California as well as in Florida, we came upon the right house. And again, we had to make an offer, and it was, our realtor was like, oh, this is not going to work. I'm like, just make an offer. And now I find myself with an offer, appraisal, everything's, we're going through that process of buying the home in Florida, and we're packing up here. And packing up here in Southern California, I mean, I spent the first Saturday, I didn't get anything done. I cried the entire time. I just sat there and I looked at pictures and journals and then I just sat there and cried like a baby. Like, I'm so grateful. So grateful for this home of 6 years. Here's a few reasons why. You understand this. The longest I've ever lived in a home, I'm 45 years old. The longest I've ever lived in a home is 3 years. 3 years was it. And that happened twice. When I went to high school, sophomore, junior, senior year, I was with my mom. And then the 3 years before we came here, we were in Orem, Utah. Other than that, I've bounced around with like 2 years, 1 year, 2 years, 1 year. Like, we've just never settled. And this home, we've been here for 6 years. 6 years. Like, we came here and my second son started school in kindergarten, and he's now going into 6th grade this next year. Like, we've been here for quite some. I mean, I could go on. And the reason this is so significant is when it is time to move, right? When it is time to move, you gotta move. Now, if you look at this across the 4 quadrants, physical, spiritual, relational, financial, when it's time to move, like when it's time to lose weight, when it's time to get stronger, when it's time to change your eating, when it's time to whatever the thing is that's in front of you, right? When it's time to get uncomfortable, you got to go, right? You got to listen. Because I know that if we stay here, even though I know we are not supposed to be here, our progression slows, right? It slows down. Our happiness gets blocked. No matter how good it is here, when it is time to go, you gotta go. Spiritually, right? On your path of purpose and spirituality and the connection to God. And for me as a Christian, as a connection to Christ, when it is time to follow, when it is time to do the difficult things that you are called to do, or to clean things up in your life, or to get rid of things, you gotta do it. So is there something in your life right now that you need to get right spiritually? Is there a part of your physical life right now that you're like, dude, it's time? Relationally, when you're single and you're dating and you're looking to get married, look, when you're with the wrong person and it's time to break up, you gotta break up. In marriage, like, and again, I say this with caution, so have ears to hear, please, have some context here. If you're in a marriage right now and it is horrible and it is not working and you have tried, when it's time to get the divorce, get the divorce. Make the cut, like cut hard. Doesn't mean that you can't be a good person. Doesn't mean you guys can't raise your children together. Doesn't mean that it's going to be easy. But when it's time to move, you got to move. If it's time to go reconnect in a relationship that perhaps it's been off, then go reconnect. And financially, it's the same principle here. When it is time to go, you've got to go. When you've got to make the investment in yourself or in something with the business, when you've got to go back to school, hire the mentor, when it's time to go and level up, you must go. Because if you don't, you get damned, right? Your progression and your expansion stops. And as I look at this time in Southern California, my heart is filled with immense gratitude. I am so grateful. I am so thankful. Words cannot even come close to expressing how I feel about our people here in this community, our church family. I mean, I could spend days talking about the way that people have embraced our family and taken us in and made us feel just so welcomed and so loved. We've learned so many incredible lessons from the people here. So when it's time to move, you got to go. And look, I trust God. I do. I've always told the Lord in my prayers, God, where I will go where you want me to go, right? Over mountain, over plain, or sea, I will be what you want me to be. I will go where you want me to go. And I feel called that it's time to go to Florida now. I'm hoping that we get a chance to come back here, but yeah, I can't see everything, but I can see the next step. And the next step for us is to make this move. So as I share this podcast with you and take this principle of when it's time to go, it's time to go. Is there something in your life right now that you're like, yeah, it's time to go. Like it's time to move. Like, it's time to let go of this. It's time to level up. Is that happening in your life? And if so, what will you do about it? 45 years old, as I'm looking back at my life, looking at the beautiful thing about the iPhone is that, right, you can look at all these pictures and the dates and months and years. And I look back and I'm just so grateful. Like, now I'm so grateful I took a ton of video. Now I'm like, I gotta take more video, gotta take more pictures and document my sons growing up. I'm grateful. When it's time to go, you gotta go. Wherever you're at in your life, if it's time to go, you gotta go. It's not easy, but it is always worth it. And if you'll have trust, right, truly trust in that process and trust in a higher power, I know without a doubt that you will be led to the places that you need to go, to the people that you need to see that can help you and that you can help them. I know that only good things will come about when you listen to the voice and go. Have an amazing day, my friends. I appreciate listening to the podcast. It's good to be back here after some time off.
Let's go! This is your daily revolution. Live in prosperity, we show you how to do it. There's no luck about it, we got the strategic blueprint. This is your daily revolution. You already know. And if you don't, then check my resume. Turning pressure into possibilities every day. We all can win and live our unique purpose. We change our mindsets and put the work in. This is your daily revolution. Daily revolution. Revolution. Your daily revolution podcast.